Evansville IceMen head coach Dwight Mullins in studio with us. Weekly segment in the Crease. Talk some Evansville IceMen hockey. It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 1053, online, ESPNEvansville.com, powered by Interstate Batteries. You can find them at 6505 Interchange Road, 2 blocks north of Morgan and Burkhart, or you can call them, 812-473-5018. Interstate Batteries, outrageously dependable. Good afternoon, Coach.
Hey, guys.
How's it going? I guess I should probably turn your microphone on first. There we go. That helps. I'm not used to having a third mic to turn on. It only happens once a week. I got to get in the habit of doing that.
They'd rather hear you than me anyway.
I don't know about that. But so one game in, win at home inside the Ford Center, 3-1 against Gwinnett. And you guys got off to a very fast start. 2 goals within, I don't know what the exact time was, but it felt like within a minute or two of each other. Happy with the way the season got underway for you guys?
Yeah, I really was. I thought that obviously the anxiety and energy level was high just with it being opening night, but I really thought we came out and established the type of game that we want to play, and we, jumped out to that early lead, had a couple opportunities that, really could have built a really nice cushion by the end of the first period, but again, it was a great crowd and a great environment. I know our guys had a lot of fun, and we made it a lot of fun, coming out on the winning end.
Right.
Well, I that was my first trip to an IceMen game, and it was cool. It was really cool.
There's ice in there.
There is. Yeah, well, okay.
It's actually really cold.
I guess
it's
I
actually
walked
pretty
right
chilly.
into that one. Hey, if you didn't notice, I stepped like one step out on the ice.
Jimmy did get on the ice just briefly during intermission.
I stepped like one step out and waved when they said the Ford and O'Brien show over there, and then that was as far as I went because, trust me, if I fall down, it's like a beached whale, man. They're going to try to slide me off of that. But, no, the thing I know, and I know you coach and other people handle other things, but this is a very professionally ran organization. That they put on a nice show, including your guys on the ice and their talent. But, I mean, just the whole atmosphere is really something over there. If you haven't been to an IceMen game, you need to go.
Well, it was one of the things that I was really excited about when there was an opportunity to come and be the coach here is that, this organization does have a first-class reputation throughout the hockey industry, not just at this level, but all the way throughout on all 3 levels. And, so to be able to be a part of it and to be able to put a product on the ice that everybody's excited about and can enjoy, and that's something to be real proud of.
Now, on the hockey side, how long do you hang on to Kennedy? That's the guy that's probably going to move. He is
I was going to ask the same thing. You guys just getting, was it last week we talked about him?
Yeah, he got sent to us from Utica, which is the Vancouver Canucks farm club, and I've had my ringer shut off since the day he got here, so I hope he doesn't hear that. But
how many voicemails do you have that you haven't answered yet?
I don't even look anymore.
He's a good one. I know that.
Yeah, he is. And he's a great guy too. He's a good teammate, and he just really exemplifies how we want to play the game.
So happy with the way he was able to jump in and contribute right off the bat?
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, and again, he's a guy that's been here before too, so he knows the excitement and the anticipation opening night as well. And so, again, he's comfortable here, and he's a solid hockey player that, really kind of rounds out, like I said, how our team needs to play.
It's Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 1053, online, ESPNEvansville.com. Our weekly sit-down with Evansville IceMen head coach Dwight Mullins. Talking Evansville IceMen hockey, anything from that Gwinnett game that you look at, and I'm sure you always look at things and there's always room for improvement. Some of the things that maybe you took away from the game that the team needs to work on as they get ready for Saturday night?
I just think that we need to be more consistent with our level of play. I mean, obviously, we got through the first period. I thought it was a high-energy period and the way that we wanted to play. And then, I felt like we had a drop in the second period. And, you need to find that consistency. And at times, especially early in the year, with the way the roster is built, it's tough to play at that level all the time. And it takes getting used to. Mm-hmm. And I think that the more we're accustomed to it and the more we practice at that pace and the more that we play games in consecutive nights, it'll be part of our identity.
You've got the new franchise in the ECHL, the Indianapolis Fuel, coming to town this Saturday night. It's Superhero Night, by the way. Nice enough of Coach Mullins to bring Jimmy and I some pretty rocking T-shirts.
Hey, you know what I looked at? Okay, I'm not a small dude. Anybody knows me, I'm not a small guy. I look at this shirt because I get so many shirts and it's great. I appreciate it, but I get XLs.
Right.
They don't fit my leg.
Mm-hmm.
So I look on here, it's 3X, baby.
Well, I'll tell you what.
3X, but that's hockey right there.
I emailed the office today just to make sure that Coach was going to be here. You know, always just a quick check-in. Hey, because I know you're super busy, and I could certainly understand if on a Wednesday it's 3:30 and you go, why am I still at the office? So I just said, just making sure Coach is going to be ready to go today. And they said, yep, sure enough. What size T-shirt you wear? And I said, well, I wear an XL. I said, now, Jimmy wears a slightly larger size than me.
Jimmy likes cheeseburgers.
She said, and I got the reply that we got him covered. I'm like, fantastic, we're good to go. But as far as Saturday night goes, superhero night, first, 1,000 kids through the door? Is that right?
Yeah, they're going to get, we got a cape giveaway for the kids, and, the characters are going to be there around the lobby. It should be a great, fun night. And if anybody wants some of these cool T-shirts, they're on sale right now in the Igloo. You just got to go see Miss Jen over there, and she'll take care of you. But, it's a fun thing, and I think they knocked it out of the park.
It's the T-shirt.
Cool shirt.
Yeah, it's cool basically shirt. Captain America's shield, except right over top of the star in the center is the IceMen logo. Yeah, it's just pretty cool.
They did a great job.
Yeah,
they
look really
cool.
good. So have you had a chance to look at this Indianapolis Fuel team yet? Yeah. Do you know what you're getting into, and what have you noticed? Yeah,
again, I don't think that you can look at the expansion label in this case. I think that this team's been built with some pretty good prospects for the National Hockey League. They're an affiliate of the Chicago Blackhawks, who have a deep organization. It's a team that again kind of exemplifies how we want to play. They're a built for speed kind of team, and I think that again we're going to have to be good and clean in some areas, and it'll be a good challenge. We're looking forward to it. Again, we've got a couple of days here of preparation, which always helps. So it should be a fun night.
That's Evansville IceMen head coach Dwight Mullins joining us for his weekly sit-down in the Crease here on Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3, and online, ESPNEvansville.com. We have put out on our Facebook and Twitter accounts that you were going to be here, and asked any fans that maybe had some questions if they wanted to chime in, something they could get an answer out of you from. And Michael chimed in. I want to go back to that Gwinnett game real quick. Said you guys had 2 goals and 10 shots before Gwinnett even got a single shot on goal Saturday. Could you have imagined the first 10 minutes of the season's first game going any better than that?
Well, that's what you want, and that's what you hope for. I mean, obviously, we were real prepared, and we were real focused, and that's how we have to be. And, if you can get out on that kind of a start, usually a lot of good things follow. And, again, I think from our standpoint, it's just building in more consistency throughout the whole 60 minutes at that level. And, again, it's fun. It was just a great night. It was a great atmosphere. I think the build-up was great. I thought, the crowd was really into it. And then to, kick 2 in like that back-to-back, it really gets everything fired up. So it was a lot of fun, a lot of energy.
We got one other one from the Facebook page, too. Ben had written in and asked something about Nathan Moon requesting a trade. Wanted to know why release that information publicly before announcing a trade, and does that take away any leverage in getting some value back?
Well, we live in an era of social media, and I think
yes, we're aware.
and so, I think that our point of view from releasing something like that was just to make sure that we're getting out the facts. And again, it's this was a personal situation that I really out of respect for Nathan and even our hockey team, I don't want to comment on a lot. I just know that I was caught a little bit off guard by it. There's no doubt about it. But at the same time, these things transpire, with players from time to time. And so we're going to deal with it in the best interests of the hockey team. But, for us to put something out there, I think it just helps dispel any rumors, myths, or misleading things that can sometimes creep into situations through social media.
Kind of a situation where you just it's out there before it starts running rampant. We'll put it out there ourselves to kind of get the facts out so there's no questions.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, he's a popular player with our organization. He's done a lot in the community. He's well respected here, and he's really been a big contributor. And again, is it something that you want to deal with? No. But does it happen in sports, and does it happen in these circumstances? Yeah, there's no doubt. And so we felt this was the best way to get ahead of it.
Well, it is. I would figure a lot easier because rumors seem to grow a lot quicker than the truth. So, just for whatever reason, people will build their own. Yeah.
Way more fun to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and before you know it, it's a lot more into it than there actually is. But now, hockey is a physical sport. There's my first ding, Captain Obvious.
There it is.
Did you come out of the game pretty much unscathed? I know Gwinnett had an injury. Did we get out pretty much intact? Or?
Yeah, just outside of the normal bumps and bruises that you're going to get when you compete like that, we came out good. And the way that our schedule is designed at this point in time, we have 3 games in 3 weeks, and that's not normal. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of you build up, and then you let down kind of thing, throughout the week. So, but the nice thing is that you do have advantage of some time to kind of get guys back up to 100%, which then hopefully, it gives you your best opportunity for a great effort.
Do you know about the ref that broke his wrist during the game?
Yeah,
you hear about that?
Yeah, I'd be lying if I had a lot of sympathy.
I love that. Love the honesty in a coach. Yeah, I like that.
Coach Mullins uncensored.
Karma has a way, and I'm probably going to get in a lot of trouble for saying that.
No, you won't.
And I am just kidding.
Ain't nobody listening to Coach. Carry on.
I don't want to see a guy get hurt like that. I mean, they're an important part. If we didn't have them, who are they going to get? I'd rather them get mad at them than me, right?
Right,
so,
sure.
So I'm glad that they're around. But no, it was real unfortunate. Again, you guys witnessed it firsthand. There's a lot of stuff going on that ice, and on top of that, he has to pay extra special attention. And they get themselves in some pretty vulnerable positions sometimes. And I know that at times when we run just scrimmages in practice and different things, like I just get myself on those railroad tracks and I just close my eyes because this one's going to hurt. And
here comes the train.
Yeah, it's going to hurt. So it's there's some big bodies flying around in a confined area, and that's going to happen. But yeah, I think everything is great. Obviously our training staff attended to it right away, and it sounds to me like everything's good.
Good. Evansville IceMen head coach Dwight Mullins joining us here in studio. Ford and O'Brien, ESPN Evansville 105.3, online, ESPNEvansville.com. His weekly In the Crease sit-down to talk Evansville IceMen hockey. He's here every Wednesday at 3:30. Second game of the season, Indianapolis Ice inside the Ford Center. IceMen 1-0. It's good to say. I'm sure it's good to hear.
Well, it's exciting. It's exciting to get off to a start like that with a crowd, and everybody builds a lot of anticipation up to that first night. And I think that everybody was kind of curious as to the identity of the hockey team, and I think that was a great example of how we want to play.
It's Superhero Night as well, Friday night or Saturday night rather. You can get the game here. I'm sorry, actually, the game will be on our sister station, News Talk 1280 WGBF AM, because of our coverage of the World Series and some contractual commitments we have in regards to that. So we'll move the game over to News Talk 1280 WGBF AM. But it starts, our coverage will begin at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Superhero Night, first 1,000 kids through the door get an IceMen cape. Superheroes on hand in costume and the whole 9 yards. If you've not been, it's an atmosphere you've got to experience at least once, and I promise you'll want to go back again. Coach, thanks for the time again this week.
Yeah,
and,
thanks, guys.
We'll talk to you again next Wednesday. Same time, same channel, as they say.
Got to keep the streak going.